Hey everybody, guess what? We are
Okay,
back.
connection
This
still
is
unstable.
African Frame Podcast. This is actually
Oh,
7 Up. If you're new, just understand that 7 Up is basically us breaking down film franchises. So any film franchise that has movies from 6 and above, sequels, that's the franchise that we're going to be discussing. We've done a few so far. We've done the Fast and Furious franchise. We're currently doing the MCU franchise. We also did, which other franchise did we do?
That's pretty much it. Remember, they both have like 10 movies.
now it's just the
Oh,
two, I believe.
Yeah.
okay. Right.
They've done like 30 movies, maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, we're just going to be continuing with the MCU
Yikes.
film franchise. We've done phase one, we've done phase two. I believe this is phase three, right? We're still pushing phase
Yep.
three.
Yep. We're finishing the phase three, yes.
Yeah. So Rob, do you want to share screen? Is there something that you want to show us? Because I know we usually use a
Sure.
Just a quick question, you guys.
Sorry? With what?
you're freezing, eh?
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, just continue with the show. I'll probably join on my phone. I don't know what is going on with my internet this week.
Yeah, your line is in the red for some reason.
I can hear you guys, and I've closed all of my windows.
Maybe you might have to turn off your
You still can't hear me?
video.
I can hear you.
We can hear
I can
you.
hear you. I think it's the video keeps freezing up.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
We could hear you the
All
whole
right.
time.
I'm going on my phone. Continue with the show. Don't mind me.
All right. So what we have at the moment is Ant-Man and the Wasp. This came out, it didn't come out exactly after Infinity War. I think what came out after Infinity War was Captain Marvel. But it's fine. We can start with Ant-Man and the Wasp. What are your thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp, bro?
You can start with me. Okay. I thought it was a decent second movie. Wasn't great, was no masterpiece at all. I thought the bad guys were okay, but I enjoyed the individual performances. They kind of leaned in on what they were doing with the comedy, and it worked for them. Ended up having fun with it. I still don't think it's better than the first movie per se. But but I think it was a good sequel. Not a great not a great movie in general, but a good sequel. What did I give that one? 7. So yeah, I think I would, if I could, I'd probably give it a 6.6, 6.7. Actually, that's what I would give it. Um,
Can you guys hear me now?
yeah, I
Yeah, we
can hear you
can hear
now.
you.
Yeah,
All right, cool. Yo, what is going on
Wait,
with my PC?
what's the IMDb rating then? You didn't give it the
getting
rating.
that just now.
All right. Okay, so from my side, I agree with you, man. I didn't like the sequel that much, to be honest. Uh, I think what I liked about the sequel, and I think this is something that they carried ever since, is Wasp. Wasp for me is who made the movie. Like she was competent, she was great. She felt like the Green Ranger from Power Rangers. When someone is supposed to, I mean, Power Rangers also did this with Ninja Storm, where someone who was supposed to don a specific mantle, like have a specific
Mhm.
mantle or whatever, and be a hero, but they never could because maybe they didn't have powers or whatever, or they just didn't have armor or whatever. But once they finally have it, you're like, this person has been probably preparing their whole life for this moment. That's why they're so competent. That's how I felt when I saw the Wasp. Like she was
That's what they're going for, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah,
for me, she made Scott look seem useless, bro. It's like it's Scott's movie, but Wasp for me, ever since, bro, ever since this sequel, Wasp for me just seems better than Scott. you know.
Yeah, it's the Hermione problem, unfortunately. That's kind of a bad thing because it's like, Hermione in the TV series, I mean the movie, sorry. You're like, oh, why is Harry here almost? You know what I mean? But I would say, whereas in the books, she's more like all over the place, so it makes sense why Harry is the leader of the team.
Mm.
Um,
Is
it
Harry the
almost
leader
makes
of the
no sense.
team?
Yes,
What
Harry's
team?
absolutely
The
the
trio?
Harari, the trio, yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. What, you
Wait, in
didn't
the
think of it
movies
like
he's
that?
not?
No, he is, but it makes less sense,
Oh,
if that makes any sense.
I
It
see.
makes less sense that has Buck probably been talking? I'm surprised Buck hasn't jumped in. Buck, you here?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm here. I'm
No, he's
here. I'm just waiting
listening.
for my turn.
He's
Oh,
listening.
okay.
Maybe he's
My bad.
changing. I
Am
don't
I
know.
that
But
terrible? Oh my God.
usually he
Anyway,
It's
usually
shocking for, like, you know what I mean? For
he
normally
cuts
when
us
like if
off. Yeah, I know.
exactly. And I'm like, okay,
Asan, my bad. I feel bad now.
what?
Oh,
It's just
man.
something they used to.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Asan.
But to be honest,
Mhm,
yeah, man, there was just something off about it. Um,
mhm.
I really didn't feel it as much as I felt the first one. The first one is really stronger, but because of the Wasp, I'll give it a 7.
Mm.
I think the Wasp.
Yeah, I think the Killjoy's villain also was not. I like her so much, but I don't think she was it. Like, if you
Oh,
know what I
Ghost.
mean.
You know
Yes.
about
Like, I
Ghost,
All
though?
right.
don't think.
So I just watched this movie today. Oh, sorry. Is it my turn?
Yeah,
No, it's
Let
your
me
turn now.
ask before I jump in.
it's
Whoops.
a turn. It's a turn.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Anyway, I just watched this movie today,
Hmm.
so it's kind of fresh in my mind, and it's fine. I think that like the Ant-Man movies to me, it felt like if you want MCU but you know the big stuff is not coming, it's like they're like snacks or something, before the main meal. That's what they felt like.
Mm.
It's like Captain America's not dropping next week, but I still want to see some MCU stuff. Let me go watch Ant-Man. That's how this
Mm.
felt.
Yes.
It was
Mm.
very predictable. I could tell the movie before the movie ended what was going to happen, and I think they forgot to make Ghost a villain because she's not really.
No.
Well, first off, she's not Ghost. That's not. Comic book fans will know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, and also a waste of Lawrence Fishburne. I'm
Oh yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it was.
They did not utilize Lawrence. You don't get Morpheus and just have him stand in a corner and say lines and then
Bro,
get
honestly
surrounded by
speaking,
ants and
in
goes
any
home.
comic book thing so far, Lawrence has been
Hmm.
wasted, bro. You don't make him Perry White. You know what I
Not just
mean?
anything. But yeah, DC was the biggest waste in my opinion. I think the only that comes first. I think the only one that comes close would be maybe John Wick, the king of the homeless people. Like, I don't know how I
He's
feel about
also
that.
not, you know what I mean? He's not
Yeah.
really, he's barely there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's going on? Is his
This
agent
guy
too
gave
tough?
us this guy gave us was this what if I told you?
You
Like
know, right?
Right.
what are we doing to Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Was he
Yeah.
that busy in
yeah,
Blackish
movie's
that he
fine.
couldn't be given any other
Apparently.
prominent role?
Apparently. But yeah, you're
But
saying?
anyway, just to cut the long story short, the action sequences were fine. The
Hmm.
kind of kiddie. They undercut a lot of the seriousness with the jokes, which is a problem in the MCU
Hmm.
and all of that stuff. The finale was not finaleing for me, honestly. Yeah, it was whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give this one a 6. What did I give the last one?
You gave it a 5.
Oh, okay. Nope,
Just you
nope,
like it
nope.
more.
4. I'm gonna give this one a 4. Sorry.
Wait, what did I
There we
give
go.
the last one?
7.
Oh,
So
okay.
you thought it was just as good? But for me, like I said, I think that the good parts they emphasized them just enough that there was still a movie worth going to.
No, it can't be a
Of
7, bro.
course.
Sorry. The first one has to be an 8.
Ah,
Whoa.
Or rather, make this one a 6.5, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense because remember, an 8 will probably end up making some of your other ones look strange.
Exactly.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You end up like, oh, so Guardians 2 was that bad? Because you gave that a
Exactly.
6.5. I might have to fight you.
Yeah.
Mm,
Look at Infinity War,
I think
6.5.
Guardians is better than this. I think Guardians just has
Yes.
stronger characters.
Oh,
100%.
definitely.
Like Guardians 2, the problem is the plot, but at least the characters are fun to run around. Like for me, Hank Pym and this version of Hank Pym is like one of the most boring versions of him.
Mm,
And Hope, I guess, is fine. I think,
mm.
yeah, Scott is the funnest character in the movie, but
But I just feel like it's like
and
they
his
just
backup crew
copied.
are kind of boring. Like outside of the what's his name?
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena. Yeah. Well, I forgot I'm trying to remember the character's name, but yeah,
Oh, yeah,
outside of
no.
the Michael Pena character, his
Mm.
backup crew is not that interesting either. Like if you just
Yeah.
gave me Scott Lang and Michael Pena in a movie, I think that'd be better than because
I think that's
look,
why they didn't.
Ti's acting
I think that's why
is
they didn't
Ti's
include.
acting is
This is why
I
they
was gonna
didn't.
say, is that a waste of TI? Sorry. Could say you're saying?
This is why they didn't include them in the third one, I think, because they realized
Maybe.
they're not important. You know what I mean? Just put Michael Pena in there.
no
You'll give me
Ti
figures.
and the other dude, yes. Ti and the guy who Batman interrogated in the Dark Knight, sure,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
There's
that's
actually a good
uh,
actor there.
that's Polka Dot Man in Suicide Squad.
Mm.
yeah, he was in a lot of comic book properties. I
Yes,
just
but
don't
at
know
the
the
He's
same
actor's
mostly
time,
name.
DC,
he's
by the
also a
way.
voice. Didn't he voice the Penguin in one of the cartoons? I think
Yeah, he's
he's done
mostly
a
in
lot of
I
DC
think
DC
stuff.
stuff.
so.
Yeah, we had this
Yeah, he's done
discussion
a lot of
before.
DC, especially
Eh,
now that he's best friends with.
So
Because
somebody wrote this movie. Somebody wrote this movie as a screw you because you're a DC actor. Gave him one of the most insignificant. Anyway,
oh
but I'm
yes,
saying in this movie, both him and Ti, they kind of. I don't know if Ti is a strong actor. I'm not sure. There's a lot of rapper
Whoa,
actors that
whoa,
I don't know
to be
how strong they
honest,
are.
if I'm being honest, TI is actually good. I don't know if you guys have watched ATL. I don't know if you guys have watched Takers. I don't know if you guys have watched American
yes.
Nah,
Gangster.
I've
no,
watched
I have
Taken.
not.
I've watched the one he did with Jamie Foxx.
Did you watch
He can be
ATL?
confused rather well. Look, when it comes to the top rapper actors, it's Mos Def, I think, and then who else? Okay, Eminem
Will
is definitely
Smith.
top five.
Will Smith is a rapper.
He had an
Don't do
album.
that,
He
dog.
had Summertime.
Don't do
He
that,
had Get
dog.
Jiggy with it. He had some hits
He's
there,
a
Rom.
rap.
Come on.
Guys, Will
Fine,
Smith is the first
fine.
rapper to get
He's.
a Grammy in
I
all
still
of
think
history.
Mos Def. I would still say Mos Def is a better actor than him. Can we at least agree on that one? Have you seen the one where Mos Def does a documentary?
He's a better actor than Will Smith.
Yes.
Get
In
the
terms of
hell
like
out of here, bro.
dramatic acting, yes. In terms of
Get the
dramatic
hell
acting,
out
yes.
of here, bro.
Have you seen the documentary where he's a doctor? Have you seen the sort of documentary
Wait,
where
No,
he's
it's not
did
a
he do
documentary.
so are you saying Rob he's done something better than Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes, I do think so. Pursuit of Happiness was beautiful, but I also think Mos Def has done some great
I
movies.
think
They're not
the movie
iconic.
you're talking about is called something the Lord Made, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
And then
exactly. But
he
I
was
also
also
think he's
in
done
16 blocks. He was in
yeah, 16 Blocks. He did Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
yeah,
He
he was
did
in the movie with Mark Wahlberg. What is it again? The Mini Coopers.
oh, The Italian Job.
The Italian
Yes.
Job. Yeah, as Left Ear.
Fantastic. I think
He did
he is
Carmen a Hip
more,
Opera. He did Brown Sugar.
yeah, he's adaptable. He's adaptable. Think about the range of those movies.
Nah, I
I
don't
think he's
think
more adaptable than
personally,
Will
I don't think
Smith.
he's better than Will Smith, bro. I
He's one
think
of those,
Okay,
to me,
let's continue, guys.
I think
Kai,
you're
Will
pushing
Smith,
it, but
Kai.
I think you're pushing
Um
it. But
yeah,
point.
so I gave my rating. What's the next movie?
We're gonna do Captain Marvel.
oh, this one was a
Uh
disaster. Okay, please start,
Yeah.
Rob.
It's okay. I'm gonna full disclosure. I haven't watched the final act of this movie yet. Because I was actually doing research in the morning, but
yeah, you don't
got
need
in the
to.
way. And I just there's look, I thought to myself, I'm going to defend this movie because I've been watching throughout since the movie came out to present day, I've watched a lot about that movie to the point where I know the individual plot beats. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen people annihilate this movie over and over and over again. So I thought, I'm gonna try and defend this movie. Whew, I can't fully because it's both late for a meeting and also 2 hours early for a meeting. in the strangest places.
And
Like, I
also, I
think when it
think
comes to the
it's placed in the wrong, like that was the wrong placement for this movie. Not
oh,
after Infinity
definitely.
War.
Yeah, it's a very weird for that kind of movie. Like, it's a weird placement. I also think this movie wasn't made for Brie Larson. I feel like I'm not gonna say she's a bad Captain Marvel, but to me, I feel like if a different actor had played this role, it might have come off better. Like, if that makes
Who do you think
sense.
would have done a better job?
Someone maybe tougher looking, but tallish. And I can't think of someone who's like specifically a good actor that could have done that. I almost want to say, the lady, what's her name? The one, Ryan Reynolds' wife. I almost want to say
Blake
she might have
Lively.
been a better.
Blake Lively.
She, I know, just, I think she
Nah.
might have done this role more seriously than Brie Larson was doing it. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm
I
not
see
saying that Brie
Brie
Larson
Larson
was.
as more of an X-Men character than I see her as like Emma Frost than Captain
Nah,
Marvel.
nah, that's too much. You're giving it too much gravitas, dude. Emma Frost is.
Uh,
More than
I
Captain
think the
Marvel?
problem though.
More than Captain
Huh?
Marvel.
Yes, Emma Frost.
Okay,
Okay, look,
okay,
man.
no, hold on. Hold on. Let Rob finish. Let Rob finish.
Okay.
Yeah, the comic expert will be able to fill this in for me. But my
Okay.
mental image of Emma Frost, like for example, the footage we've seen of her in some of the cartoons that I've managed to see with her in it, with including even that X-Men movie they did, I think Emma Frost has got like this grandiose image, if that makes any
I get
sense. Like,
you. I get you.
yes, and
Which
I
is
feel
Brie
like.
Larson, by the way, but please continue. Please continue. It's
I don't
fine.
think
Please
so. I think
continue.
she looks small and cute, and it doesn't fit her. Like
Okay.
I feel like there are bigger characters, both physically and expressively, that could have done this character a little bit better. But anyway, I didn't like the jokes. I thought they were horribly unfunny. Some of the scenes are genuinely good though. Like some of the visuals, like I feel like the creative team behind this movie, fantastic. I feel like they almost stole the movie from me for me. Where some of the plot beats, oh God, Samuel Jackson wasn't phoning it in, so I liked him. Even though the jokes, oh God, like with you could see they're building up with the eye jokes, where they're like, oh, "What's wrong with your eye?" No, my eye can, yeah. Anyway, I was just rolling my eyes the whole time, so I'm just gonna give this one. There's good parts to it. I'm not gonna give it a low number, like a 4. Um, I'm going to say that it's not a terrible Marvel movie, so I'm gonna give it a 5.5. For all I know, the final act would have dropped it down to a 4. I don't know. But for the first two acts that set up the movie before the big action nonsense kicks off, I was not that happy. But at the same time, it is not a bad movie. Anyway,
This
yeah.
is one of the few movies I've watched at the cinemas from and the MCU where I felt disappointed after watching it. I did not enjoy this movie. Don't get me wrong, I was invested in it because I was expecting it to be amazing, just didn't land for me. And it's not Samuel L. Jackson's fault.
Mm.
I felt like Phil Coulson, it felt like you I even forgot his name, but it felt like he didn't even want to be in this project. Bro, he's
Phil
nonchalant
Coulson.
the whole time, dog. Like it's like he's dead in the face, dog. He's just nonchalant the entire. I'm like, bro, did you want to be here?
Maybe it's the de-aging makeup. It's the de-aging
It just didn't
fillers that
work,
messed him
man.
up.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Look, Samuel L. Jackson brought it like he always does.
Hmm.
In any movie, he's barely the problem.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel it, man. And I love Jude Law. I've loved Jude Law since I was in high school, but
Hmm.
it just didn't work. It just didn't work. So
I feel like Jude Law wasn't phoning it in, but I feel like they gave him garbage
they
or
gave
they
him a
over
bad
directed.
character.
I mean, yes, a
He was
bad
No,
character is a
miscast.
bad
I
character.
think it's the whole. I'll wait till it's my turn, but I'll tell you now. I think it's the whole movie.
He was definitely miscast here.
Mm,
The non-linear storytelling for me is fine. It works. But I just
mm.
think this is not the draft that they should have gone with. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
actually would say that. I would say this movie fell apart. I feel like this movie only had two drafts, and each draft was done by a different person. There was a person
Yeah.
who I think the first draft was written as a full-on comedy, and then the second draft was like, "What about the plot, guys?" And they're like, "Oh shit!" And then they quickly try to squeeze it in. But anyway, that's me. Um,
No, so I give it a 5.
5 it is. Cool.
There are two movies that I
Uh,
was like really disappointed when I got out of the theaters. It was this and the Multiverse of Madness.
Really? I need to watch that
I
movie.
think Multiverse of Madness is better than this, but I'll tell you now, I think this movie's problem is that it does not allow Captain Marvel to be a character. I don't think it allows anybody to be a character. I think the only reason why Sam Jackson's character kind of stands out is because of everything that came before this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were
Like, if
relying
you look
on
at the writing, for one of my biggest problems with it, because I also went to the theater to watch it. One of my biggest problems with it is that they were always talking about how she's got to control her emotions. She's got to control her emotions. And it became like a PSA ad for, and I get that this is an important thing. It's important to value a woman's feelings. I understand that. But if you're not communicating that through the story and you're just telling it to me in my face, it's one of the most boring ways to communicate that story. Because I would have preferred if she was emotional. I would have preferred if like there was times where she was losing it. Or even if a guy did approach her and he was like, "Hey, sweetie, you better smile," and she was like, "Get the fuck away from me," or something. Like, I would have preferred that over this robotic performance they made Brie Larson do. Like, it's and also like the plot twist with the Skrulls, it sucked. Like, oh, the guys who look like the bad guys are the good guys. It's like, really? They're Skrulls. Their whole thing is invasion. Like, sometimes it's okay to play to a trope. Sometimes it's okay to let the bad guys be the bad guys that are coming to take over Earth. Why? Because they want to use Earth in a strategic position for the Kree-Skrull War.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a reason for that.
Yeah, I'm just saying I didn't need Skrull refugees. Like, in Kree-Skrull War, both sides are bad. Captain Marvel has to manage both sides to keep Earth safe. That's a way better story than whatever they were doing in there.
It's because, remember, it was 2019. Trump was in charge, so they were like, no, the refugees are the good guys. So I try to go at that angle.
No, but stick to the comic books. Freaking hell. Why? They did it before and they did it better. And the reason they made them bad guys is because they are. That's their whole thing. The Skrulls' whole thing is invasion.
Yeah. And they wanted to make it's a metaphor. They were like, no, guys.
Stop writing metaphors, write stories.
The MCU has been messing up with characters, has been butchering a lot of characters like
No, but I'm saying they butcher them and it's not better. Like, this is my thing. It's what you wrote is not better than the source material. It's just not. You didn't improve the thing. You made it worse. And the movie suffers for it.
It's not the first time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like Brie Larson, right? In the beginning of the movie, the reason why you had hopes for the movie in the beginning is because she's actually a character in the beginning. She's actually doing things. She gets a little snarl. The Skrulls are looking like bad guys and she has to bust her way out of there. It's like, okay, there's something here. And then they just beat the writers just took her to the whipping post and you'd be like, stop behaving like a person. Be more robotic. But I want to know. And they beat the character out of her. That's why she starts looking small and cutish and whatever, because when she could have been intimidating, they didn't give her. Oh, and there's one line I will never forget, because they had in the finale, and this is really, it hurt me physically in the theater.
Okay.
In the finale.
Sorry, spoiler alert, Rob.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying.
Well, do you care? Do you care, Rob?
It's fine, dude. I know the whole plot. It's fine.
No, there's a line where where Jude Law's character or whatever, I think he's Captain Marvel or whatever, and he says like, okay, so prove it to me. Prove to me that you can take me on without these powers. And then she just blasts it. And then it was funny. We all laughed in the theater. I laughed. I was like, haha. And then she has to open her mouth, and I'm like, no. And she's like, I don't have to prove anything to you. Why did you say so? Why did you open your mouth? Also, cool guys walk away from explosions. You blast him and you walk off. You would have been so fine. Like, we all laughed, and then you just took the joke away from us. It's so painful when a movie takes the joke away from you.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to say this that I know people are going to get mad at. I feel like if Zack Snyder had come in there and then he would have made the character not speak. It would have he would have gotten rid of any jokes
Yeah,
there.
remember when he
Would
did
have
Batman versus Superman and he gave Superman like 70 lines throughout the whole movie? Yeah.
Yeah, he gave Batman like 60 lines. They don't
because
talk
he's not a
much in that
Superman fan.
movie.
Yes.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they don't
that
talk
that
much at
was,
all.
yeah, that was like it was just like you like sometimes just let the slapstick comedy carry the scene. You don't need to inform us. Like we all know what you're saying through subtext. I don't need to hear the
Don't
line.
explain the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and also like there was too many weird things. Like I'm like, so what if she ever like there was a chip in the back of her head? If she ever fell down, what would happen to the chip? Like it never cracked one time.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. It was very silly, man. And also,
Yeah,
like, this movie needed a time skip because it didn't make sense that Krennic had managed to reach the top of the FBI so quickly. It's like the same day. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like the
No,
same day.
I really think if they just focused on the Kree Skrull War and what's
Mm,
this? Not even the whole thing. They don't have to do the whole thing. But I'm just saying, basically, it's ships, and she has to do space investing. Like she's a space cop. Like they make her a
mm,
legit space cop, and she has to figure out this how to keep Earth safe. And then
Mm.
mm,
basically maybe what's this? Because the Krees are now trying to move to another place or trying to take the war somewhere else. She's like, it's my obligation as a half Kree to go stop this Kree Skrull war, and that's what takes her off planet
mm.
versus whatever the hell is going on. I feel like that would have been a much stronger movie. Because the thing is, the movie could have worked. It's just the writers, they seem like they didn't care.
Mm.
Oh, they cared about the message, not the movie.
Yeah. But your movies always that's putting the cart before the horse. I can have the deepest message ever. If my movie sucks, my message is gonna land flat. Hello,
Good.
Wachowskis.
Okay.
Anyway,
We have 8 minutes left. We're gonna have to, but it's fine. I'll let you guys know.
All right, cool. We're gonna try and squeeze in. We're not gonna fit Endgame in that space.
No,
There's
no, we
no
wouldn't.
way.
Well, I guess we
all
Okay.
right.
can.
I guess this is a cut point. This is a cut.
We
Yeah,
can.
we'll
Let's
we'll
go.
start.
Let's go. Let's go.
Are you
Maybe
sure?
after Rob's take or after my take, we can cut it off.
Okay. Um. All right, cool. Well, of course, I am a big fan of Endgame. I actually think it has one of the most iconic moments in no, in one of the two most iconic moments. One was the emotional iconic moment of that slow motion title crawl is honestly one of the most emotionally shocking moments of my film history when it goes 5 years later. I was like, oh shit. Like that blew my mind. I genuinely lost my mind when I saw that. That was so cool. I loved it. That stuck to my mind to this day. I think there's so many things. And of course, there are people who don't know comics who know that there are one or two people that qualify to hold the Thor's hat to Mjolnir. Um, there's a few people. If you've ever heard of DC amalgamation where Marvel and DC came together, apparently Wonder Woman can actually hold Thor's hammer.
Yeah, even
That's a cool
Superman.
fact.
Yeah.
Hmm? Say
Even
it again?
Superman. Yeah.
I think so.
Superman doesn't make sense though because he's
Yeah.
not like a warrior. They
Yeah,
kind of
he's a
retconned it
farmer.
because you need to meet you need to meet specific conditions. Like for example, Captain America can hold it, but Spider-Man can't.
Mm. I actually do agree with that. I think because remember Superman, there's one of the greatest TV episodes ever was Superman when he gets that thing on him and it takes him to his dream location, and his dream location is a farm with his family, and that's it. So do you know what I mean? It's not leadership, it's not anything like that. He would love to live a simple life, but he can't. But anyway, so I do agree with him not holding the hammer. But the point is, one of the most iconic moments was, of course, when I say my theater erupted, bro, I mean I'm surprised chairs didn't go flying
Yeah.
because when that thing went shoom, and it was Captain America holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now of course, is this movie perfect? Hell no. I do think the time travel, people will say time travel is a bit of an inconvenient contrivance, and I do kind of agree with that on some level.
It was a
I
cop
I
out.
think
think it leaves a lot of room for plot holes, but
It was a cop
yes.
yeah.
out. It was definitely a
Yes,
cop out.
exactly. It was. Let's undo Infinity War. I mean, I think they worked hard to try and work their way back, but it's like explaining the plot for porn. I
Yeah,
mean, you did
they worked
it.
themselves into a corner.
Yeah,
They
they
worked
worked themselves
themselves.
very hard.
Yeah, no.
Yes, but I think what they did was just clever, which is why I like the Soul so much. Is what they did was okay. We realized we're using a contrivance, so let's match it with plot, with character. Sorry, we've got weaknesses in our plot, so let's match it with character. So Iron Man meeting his dad, beautiful. Captain America going up against like his young, ambitious, not ambitious. What can you say? Naive self going up against the more mature Captain America, fantastic. Things like that. I love all those little things. I think they come together quite nicely, and I think they're almost kind of smooth over. Um, I think it's a great movie altogether. So I'm gonna give it a solid. What did I give? Wait, before I oversell myself here, I gave Infinity 8.4, so I'm gonna give this a solid 8.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm really happy with this movie.
just place
Okay.
9 for me because I think I told you guys a long time ago that I prefer this movie
Mm,
over Infinity War.
yes.
I love
But can I get your score?
pardon?
What is my score? Oh, I thought
Marvel.
we were gonna cut it off because I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah, no,
But
no
anyway.
problem. No, Marvel's Captain Marvel score.
Oh my Captain Marvel score. Give it a 4.
Cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. Kutoko.
Yeah,
Oh, you cut it off.
so I have 4 minutes. I just wanted to say
All
that
right.
for me, this movie, ah man, it's chef's kiss. It's not perfect by any means. It's way too long. I feel like half of this movie could have been just left on the cutting room floor, to be honest.
Mm,
Not that it sucks, but there's so many parts that were unnecessary, if I'm being honest.
mm.
I feel like the movie actually picks up from when Scott actually gets out of that red scene for me just changes everything about this movie,
Yeah,
if
the
I'm being
Quantum
honest.
Zone. Yes.
Yeah, the quantum zone. So it's for me, man. I know it's a lot of fan service, but that's what we wanted at the time. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what we needed. Yeah,
That's what we
that's
needed. That's
absolutely
what the
what we needed.
audience needed.
Yes.
That was the one win that we needed as viewers because everything else that Thanos had won. He got
Yeah.
away with it for 5 years. Tony Stark was stuck in space. Captain Marvel saved him. He was thin. He born. Things didn't look right. Hawkeye just lost his family. Things were
Mm-hmm.
just not working out. Thor was pissed off like yo, nothing was working out. So having seen Scott coming in, giving these people hope, getting comedic moments where people are turning into babies or they're turning into old people. Because Hulk is still trying to figure out things, having
Yeah.
Rhodey, seeing these people on different missions, and every person has a partner, like the police throughout the galaxy, going on different missions and being highly competent. Like at this point, almost every person that was a pseudo Avenger was an official Avenger. Like at this point, Rhodey has been an Avenger for like 5 years, if not
Mm.
even more than that, because he started being an Avenger since Civil War. So I like seeing all that stuff, man. All that stuff for me was just like, man, it was just, when you see the things that you thought in your head that you'll never see one day, I saw it. We used to talk
Mm.
about Professor Hulk since 2012 when the first Avenger movie came out, and we saw him, things like that. I didn't like Natasha's character, to be honest. I just feel like I think Scarlett Johansson's character, the Black Widow, has been done dirty for a minute, man. It just seems like they really don't know what to do with her, unless it's a street level concept or I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like they really don't know what to do with her. So didn't really love her that much because that whole negotiation with who's this? Hawkeye? What did she have to
Mm.
lose? What did she have to lose? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what did she have to lose? Like, I didn't get that whole sacrifice thing with her. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. With Hawkeye, it made sense. But with her, I'm like, why? You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I
anyway,
hear you.
despite that, it still feels like a cop out, but there's a lot of fan service. So it worked for what it is. But it's not a movie that really stands the test of time. It's just a movie that you enjoy at the theaters and you enjoy for some time, but I wouldn't say it's a movie that you watch 20 years from now and it feels like The Lion King. No, that's not what this is. But anyway, guys, we're gonna continue just now. We're gonna pick it up. We're just gonna come back. We're taking a short break, but we're gonna come back just now.
Endgame. So I have a couple of problems with this movie. Again, I do love this movie. It is a theater movie. I can rewatch this movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does have rewatchability, but like again, time loop things. It's always just like, why didn't you guys just go back to when you almost lost and just fix it there? I I think that would have like that's one of my biggest questions. Also, Doctor Strange at the final battle. Like there's so many people that could solo Thanos' entire army in the battlefield. There's just too many people. Thor could have done it, he should have done it. Captain Marvel, because you've seen her movie, she could do it. Doctor Strange literally has the mirror dimension, and Thanos' alien force can't break out of reality. So you could just mirror dimension everybody and then they can go home. Like that was the other thing. It was just like there's too many like when you put too many powerful people on the field and you don't find a way to write them out. I'm like, I don't care if Doctor Strange was mangling with a tornado. He can literally do shadow clone jutsu. Why is he busy with this tornado? But anyway, yeah, fan servicey moments. It was nice to see the Ibambe with T'Challa, even though T'Challa only gets like 5 minutes of screen time. And yeah, it was cool to see Captain America use the hammer, even though he was technically using the hammer better than Thor. That's where I was like, huh?
Yeah.
It's like when Thor was fighting Thanos, he was getting mamatad, and he'd been holding these hammers forever. Captain America gets the hammer and
millennia,
he's
bro.
spinning, he's doing other tricks.
Oh yeah, bouncing off his shield. Hey man, knew how to use it.
Bro, Thor has been using this thing for millennia, Chief.
Hey, dog, I'm just like, hey, what? I'm like, I guess power of America.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and also it took too long for them to beat Thanos, in my opinion. And Hulk should have run back to get the fades. I'm sorry. Hulk should have run back for round 2, 3, and 4. I don't care if you're a professor.
He's clearly afraid of Thanos, bro. He didn't want anything to do with Thanos.
grip the fists, get angry. Where's the guy that one-shotted the whole Chitauri ship?
So that's what happens when you lose a fight, Hulk. You don't want to face your enemy anymore.
You ever.
Yeah, that happens in real life, man.
No, but Hulk is a rage monster. Like
Dude,
he's not
this
a lot.
guy-
That's not the person you turn to for logic.
This guy,
That's not.
before Thanos came through, he was holding an entire building, Doc. Before Thanos popped up. And you want to tell me this nigga doesn't want to face Thanos?
No, no. I'm saying, you know, like how Tony Stark's whole thing is, I have a plan, attack.
Mm.
That Hulk is I don't speak. I throw fists. By the time Stark has said I attack, Hulk is already in the middle of the battle, and everybody's like, Hulk, bro, we had a strategy. Hulk smash. That's his whole thing. I was so annoyed.
Great, dog.
I was just saying, like, let him, because he's also a founding Avenger. Like, I get it, the founding Avengers have to beat Thanos, but let Hulk run in there and let them all fight him. I mean, yes, it would have been a total annihilation and a beatdown, but that's probably what should have happened.
Yeah, it would have been Omni-Man all over again.
Yeah, my gosh. But anyway, yeah, it's still a great movie. It's culmination of all the years. I don't think it's better than Infinity War, but it was a strong finish. So I'll give it an 8.
You know, there's just something
fan
I want to
service is
say
cool.
about this movie, though. I feel like Thanos was nerfed in this. This Thanos, even though they say he's stronger than Thanos.
Cam, if you remember in the Infinity War, when you see him in the beginning, he already had 2 stones. So that's kind of why he was more powerful than he was in Endgame.
No, I get that.
It's very different Thanos, definitely. I get what you're saying.
No, it's a
Yeah,
different Thanos. He's like Thanos in Infinity War. He seems like more of a strategist. This Thanos just seems like he's just fighting people in the field and he wants to throw armies at people. I get that.
ironically, yes, it's the Captain America thing where like young Captain America fights older Captain America. That's basically what's happening with Thanos. But I do agree that because of that, we almost needed a little bit more Thanos for us to really
Yes,
feel for him.
yes. That's
But
what I was gonna say. The fact that
yeah,
the fact that the stakes were getting higher and Nigga decided to just sit down, and I know there's a reason for it and whatever. That's just
yeah.
BS, guys, at the highest level.
I think
Also, Tony Stark's sacrifice is sad, yes, but like the more I thought about it, the more it lost impact because I was just like there's a great meme out there where Doctor Strange is putting up the finger just to say there's only one solution, and somebody was just like, "Was this? Give me 1 minute to fix this tornado, and then I'll come and solo everybody." Was this? There was this. There's one more strategy that we can employ here. I have one spell in my finger that I'm about to activate now. Tony Stark, I am Iron Man. It's just like there were too many powerful people. Like it felt like they had to kill Iron Man off because
They needed a strong finish.
Robert Downey Jr. wanted to leave. It didn't feel like it was a natural death. The more because also I was like, since when can your technology handle Infinity Stones? Like Tony Stark's technology is magic. Like it's Doctor Strange. He might as well be doing Expelliarmus. Because since when can your regular hand just hold Infinity Stones? How did
And
that work?
also, I think he's smart enough to know that he could have asked anybody else to do that. But when you look at Avengers movies, especially the first one and this one, they just wanted to make Tony the star because he's the most bankable character. Like
I
he's
guess, but
I've said this
but
before.
I'm saying like maybe that's where to your point the whole Thanos nerfed. Like if Thanos was just running through everybody and like nobody was standing left and the only option left was to get the Infinity Stones, maybe. But
Maybe.
like there was like 7 people who could have mollywopped Thanos
I
on that
feel like that's
battlefield.
comic book logic. I feel like in the actual movie, I feel like they already made the argument that I mean they smacked the crap out of Captain America, Thor, and well, depressed Thor and Iron Man at the same time. And
Yeah.
they were trying to say those were the three strongest characters.
No, those were the
They couldn't
Trinity. They are the MCU Trinity.
yeah. They couldn't just suddenly say, wait, Black Panther's smarter than this guys. They can't like squeeze him in. That would have ruined the
No, I'm not
movies.
talking about that. I'm talking about how Doctor
Like Captain
Strange was
Marvel, for
using so
example.
many No, I'm talking about like Doctor Strange in Infinity War. He was using so many magical abilities and everything, and he practically solos like a big portion of the
Yeah.
army. And then also like employing the mirror dimension just to take people out or whatever.
I
Or
feel
what's this? Or like with Scarlet, like if him and Scarlet Witch coordinated or whatever. I just felt like there was a lot of options to get to Thanos.
I feel like that would have ruined the flow of the movie. Like that same way that girls get it done nonsense that they did, it slowed the movie down faster than it had to. And I felt like anything extra would have slowed it down even further. Like I felt like it was already too bloated. I can't imagine them doing more. I think like we all would have hated it. I think if they added even like one more minute
Well,
to
no, I think what they should have done is probably just bring in the Black Order and power them up so that people are busy with the Black Order so that Thanos has to be dealt with by these three or something.
Yeah,
Because they
I
went
get
back in time anyway.
yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
My point being is that I just like Tony's death, I was kind of sad, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, they just did that because RDJ wanted to quit. It wasn't like a natural conclusion. But anyway.
oh, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
No,
I
but
mean, I
despite
think
that, guys, they wanted, whether RDJ wanted to quit or not, they wanted a strong finish. They
yes,
wanted
but
to
also
outdo Infinity War. So
they
they
need to
had no
finish
other
yeah.
choice but to have a huge death. They probably even thought of killing Cap, but they were like, nah, it's not gonna be as strong. We need Tony
I
to
mean,
die.
they did kill him, if you know what I mean. I mean, they basically aged him out. I felt like those two characters were the main characters, and I feel like they finished their storyline, if you know
Yeah,
what I mean. Like they finished it.
yeah.
So, and once
Tony's
they
gonna
finished,
come back.
yep.
But anyway, I just
The
think that
old man
I
Cap is
think
gonna
that
drink
if that
some
was the
serum.
case,
He is young again. You'll see.
No, I'm just saying. I just think that if that was the case, they should have. I think they should have worked a little bit harder to get there. Like, yeah, it was a fan moment and everything, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" But I think they needed to work harder to get to Tony Stark sacrificing himself. Because if we look at Avengers 1, it was a much stronger sacrifice, even though it didn't stick. But it was just a much stronger that he looks at the missile. He's the only one that can kind of fly and reach it. And he's like, I
It's
have to be the guy.
BS.
So then he
Thor could
goes
have
up into
easily done
the.
that. It's BS.
You're busy dealing
You
with his belly,
know,
dog.
Whedon has beef with Thor. I'm convinced. But anyway, yeah, 8 out of 10 still. It's still a great movie. I just think there's like small. It's so big that the small things that I'm talking about don't really matter.
Mm,
I hear you. All
I
right,
hear
what
that.
do we have next, Rob?
It is Far From Home. If you thought nostalgia was good in Endgame, wait till you watch this.
Look, this is probably one of the
Uh,
worst
uh,
kept secrets ever. I think we instantly knew that they were gonna be there. Like the first time I saw the trailer of this movie, sorry, Rob, you're gonna jump in just now. The first time I saw the trailer of this movie, I knew that Zendaya was not gonna be catched by Tom Holland. I knew another Spider-Man was gonna catch her. I just knew it. But anyway, Rob, it's you, man.
wait, you knew what?
I knew that another
Okay, no, Rob, go ahead.
Spider-Man.
Rob, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you knew that that dramatic scene. I did not know about. I mean, I thought they were gonna pretend like because we've seen a lot of directors forget the last movie. So I thought I mean I was satisfied with that that they paid it off. I mean,
I
Chris,
think I'll wait for my turn. It's fine.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Cool. Anyway, for me, I genuinely, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, love this movie. I understand. Oh wait, sorry. Wait, is this Far From Home or No Way Home? What the hell's going on? It's No Way Home, right? It's No Way Home, right? Someone correct me. Is it Far From Home?
I think
No,
you're right.
it's Far
You're
From
right.
Home. No Way
It's
Home is
Oh, you're
the
right. It's Far From
it's Far
Home. My
From Home.
bad. My bad. It's Far From
Oh
Home.
snap! Okay, that changes everything.
Yeah, that
Ah,
changes
that
everything. Yeah. This is Jake
yeah, because then
Gyllenhaal.
I've misunderstood. Yes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
me.
Yeah,
this
this is
movie.
Mysterio.
This is my
Oh,
That's
this
why
friend.
I
movie.
was saying
Oh.
when you said this is why when you said like the opening, like you respect it, I was like, I have issues. But anyway.
Okay, I've screwed up. Okay. Whew. Okay. This is okay. I hate this movie. Oh my God. Actually, this is one of the worst movies. Oh, I see here that I'm looking at the IMDb, right? And it's described as superhero, supernatural fantasy, teen comedy, urban adventure, action, sci-fi, fantasy, blah, blah, blah. Teen comedy is the perfect, you can stop talking there. I feel like that's what this is.
Right.
And I feel like after the dramatic finish of Endgame, this was a bit of a letdown. Some like we were talking about earlier about Samuel Jackson not doing any like he always kills his roles. And to be fair, it's not his fault that his role is utter garbage here. They've played him off too far. Yo, oh my God, I'm gonna get angry. I could talk about this for hours. To me, this was a waste of potential because what they did was they made Tony Stark, Spider-Man's like fake dad. Do you know what I mean? And they kind of like played this angle of a mentor kind of thing. So I thought to myself, okay, because I heard someone talk about maybe that Samuel Jackson will be like the alternate version of the dad. You know what I mean? Like a mentor figure.
Mhm.
No, he's just some funny guy that shows up every now and then, says a funny thing. It's like,
With
oh,
the
I need
cheap
your help.
ass, with the cheap beard, bro. Like that mustache was so cheap
Dude,
looking. It was bad.
dude, dude, it was so bad.
Some
Oh
Tyler
my God,
Perry
I'm getting,
looking mustache. I'm like, what the hell?
dude. Oh my God, it was so bad. Like you wasted him. Like can you see the drama of like him being the alternative? Okay, Tony Stark was supportive. I'm a tough motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? That
But
would
they
have been
still, he was still a Skrull. That was a Skrull, though. That was not even the real.
yeah, yeah, exactly. That's yes, it would make more sense if that was a Skrull than if it was actually Nick Fury.
It was a
Nonsense.
Skrull. It was a
Huh?
Skrull.
It is a scroll.
Oh, that explains.
You didn't
Wait,
see
are
the
you guys being?
post-credit scene. That's why.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah,
It
hated
still
it.
was just not it was still not enjoyable. Like they
Yes.
didn't the whole point of the scrolls, this is what I don't like about the MCU scrolls. The whole
Mm,
point of the scrolls is to blend in. People should
mm,
not be able to tell the difference.
Yes. Yes. But yes, exactly. So even with that, I mean, that kind of does, no, still doesn't defend it, actually. Yes, exactly. Even with that. But now, for me, you know what this felt like? Agent Cody Banks. That's what this felt
Yeah.
like. They
The
made a
second Agent
$200
Cody
million
Banks, right?
dollar.
The second.
Hey,
Exactly.
sir, you will respect that super spy on a skateboard.
Hey
Frankie
man,
Muniz was
Hilary Duff was in there, so y'all know how I feel about Hilary.
hey, he was fighting spies to kiss Hillary Duff. You will respect.
Yeah, I respect
Put
his
some
game
respect on Agent Cody Banks'
on that
name.
game.
Ah,
Oh my God. I will say this in terms of positives. I like the idea of Spider-Man, like kind of. It feels like Spidey sense with this Spider-Man has probably been played down the most. Like I would say this one has been undermined in terms of because I like Spidey sense. I think it's awesome, and I've even read. Okay, I've only read the Civil War comics where
okay.
like I'm gonna make myself angry. Where Iron Man figures out figures out thing
Spider-Man, Spider
Spider
Sense,
sense.
yeah.
Yes, and then like use it against him. But okay, never mind. Anyway, I've always loved Spider Sense, so them like bringing it to the forefront like this, fantastic. Loved it. Um, I love that part. I like the graphics were kind of great. You know, CGI kind of fell down a bit after Endgame, I think. Some might even say earlier. But anyway, I thought some of that was great. Didn't hated the ending. I hated Jake Gyllenhaal, of course, was Jake Gyllenhaal. He was amazing. I didn't hate Zendaya. Um, I guess not. I don't know.
I
I
think the
just
character was a lot better than the first one, because in the first one, it's like he was
definitely
just there.
exactly
Like
just being like,
asking
oh yeah,
Spider-Man, where are you going? What's good? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
she was
It
barely
made no
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they did her better. It's good. It's okay things. It's kind of like Harry Potter 5, where all the characters out of nowhere start falling in love, and it's like, what is happening right now? What happened to the wizardry? That's kind of what this felt like in a way. Like it
Yeah,
was
that's
very,
when they started dropping the ball with Harry Potter there.
oh yes. Anyway, point is, it was weird. It was distracting. Samuel Jackson's parts were silly. It was a silly teen comedy, and it didn't have to be. It could have been something a lot deeper. What were they trying to do? Were they trying to like bounce back? Like, okay, you had the sadness and you're trying to
They were
bounce
trying to
back
make
with
it
something
fun, yeah.
funny? You know what I mean? Like,
You know, it's
but
like
this thing,
watching Euro Trip or Road Trip,
yeah,
but
but
for kids.
yeah, but don't do that. Do Tropic Thunder even. Like, that's even better than Euro Trip. You know what I
That's why it
mean?
didn't work. The fact that you said
Yeah.
don't do that, it's why it didn't work.
Yeah, because because I get that, like, if you go from dark to light, you know what I mean? I could understand that to like recover from the grief, but did not work. Horrifying execution. Jake Gyllenhaal is Jake Gyllenhaal. I fucking love that man. Full homo. Um, anyway, I think he's amazing. I think
Yeah,
his
but that plot
character is,
twist at the end was just
yeah,
unnecessary.
unnecessary, but Jake Gyllenhaal plays it 100% seriously, which I love. He kills it in a stupid thing, which ironically kind of makes it worse. I don't even know how to explain it. But anyway, that's me. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5. Because I'm not gonna
Well,
say it's as
I
bad
thought
as
you were gonna I thought you were gonna tear it up even more, but six and a half.
I really want to. You know what? Actually, right, you're right. It is.
Oh
I'm gonna give it a
no,
six
fuck, what did
dot.
you do?
I'm gonna give it a 6 just for Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal saves this thing, despite the fact that his character is terrible. I loved every second of him being there. So it like saves it from being utter garbage. I'm too nice to these movies, maybe. But yeah, anyway. Yeah,
I
it's me.
think for me, I think there's just two characters that really made this movie for me. Actually, maybe three. Ned, because of that whole romance thing that he has with, that trip. You know, when you go somewhere and you fall in love with someone, you come back home, you're like, nah, it was just a long
The fling.
distance thing, situation thing. And not long distance between us, just but we were away from home. It was an
Yeah.
away fling
It was
thing.
a romantic
You were
moment.
far
Yeah.
from home.
We were far from
Yeah.
home.
It was Vegas. We don't talk
And
about what happened in Vegas.
so is that Zendaya? I liked her because now we start to finally know who she is. We're falling in love with MJ, which was good. She started looking great. She figured out who
Michelle
Spider-Man is.
Jones, don't do that. You'll summon
No, but they
you
call her MJ,
you
bro.
uh, well, yeah, but she's not.
I know. No, let's
She's
not get
Miss.
into that though, because it's forced. It's
Yeah.
forced as hell.
And I'm still gonna say that the lady from the first one was still hotter, was still better, but that's my own opinion.
Jesus.
I
Better
love
in
her
terms
so
of
much.
what the character.
The character, yeah, I liked her more,
Oh,
but I
are
don't.
you talking about Liz Allen, who's also
Yeah,
not Liz Allen, by the way? So,
but let me
anyway.
not turn into Shamik Moore. I don't want to Shamik Moore myself, so I'm gonna end it there.
Okay. So for me, it was those two, and then it was Happy Hogan. I liked Happy being there, as sort of like because he was the real father figure that we needed, you know.
Getting rejected by Marissa Tomei.
Exactly. But yeah, man, I liked the whole trip thing. Someone mentioned that it doesn't make sense that Peter just pulled a whole stunt in the bus and nobody saw it. Like this dude just jumped and I don't know what he did, but he did a stunt and nobody saw it. That's impossible. And because it was not even at the back seat, dog. He was like in the middle. You're telling me that nobody saw this nigga?
Yeah, no one
Nobody.
can see out the side of their eyes. Yeah.
Nah, fam.
No,
But
everybody
anyway,
was on their phones, dog.
nah,
You've seen teenagers on their phones.
no ways. No freaking ways.
No, one thing when it's my turn, I'll talk about it. But yeah.
And Mysterio, look, I don't want to lie to you guys. Nah, I was really looking forward to the Mysterio from the Sam Raimi movies. Because if you
Mm,
look at those movies, there were characters that were supposed to be in other movies, in other sequels. But because of the disaster that was Spider-Man 3, they couldn't continue. Like for instance, the professor with the one hand, that's the lizard.
yeah,
It's just
lizard,
that
yeah,
we were not able to see the lizard.
yeah.
So the Mysterio that was in the cinema, the theater guy that didn't give Peter permission, that was
Oh,
Mysterio.
yeah,
But unfortunately, we couldn't find that. I wanted that version.
yeah, the
Mm.
Old Spice guy, the legend, the man, the myth, the
Yeah,
legend.
the Evil Dead guy, right?
Yes. I
Yeah.
don't know why I've forgotten his name right now, but he's the legend, yes.
No, he is.
Why am I forgetting it now?
That's what happened to me.
Exactly. That's what happened, bruh. And also, Sam Raimi made him punch himself in Multiverse of Madness, which was a homage to the Evil Dead movies. But
Evil Dead,
anyway,
Geez,
yes.
why am I? He named Spider-Man in the Raimi series because
Um,
Parker wanted to
he's
call
the
himself
OG
Man
Nate
Spider.
Fillion. Yeah, he's the OG Nate Fillion.
Jeez.
yeah, whoever that
Why
guy
am
is.
I for Bruce Campbell?
Bruce
Jesus.
Bruce
Campbell, there we
Campbell.
go.
Oh, if this was
What an
Pee-wee's
action hero
Playhouse,
name. Yeah.
it would have been like a ding 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 or something. I don't know.
50
But anyway,
points for Gryffindor.
anyway, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm on the fence on this one. I'm just gonna give it a 5.
All right. Yeah, I'm
Wow,
actually
it's
an
it's
angry
it's weird.
person.
I think I have more problems with this movie than the both of you, but I'm still going to rate
But
it
didn't you
better.
say you
That's kind
love
of weird.
Spider-Man movies?
I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I
Okay.
have
Mm,
problems with the writing.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
I think he's a good Spider-Man, but I think this writing is, for one, why didn't they do the conversation? So, for everybody who knows, when Aunt May finds out Peter Parker is Spider-Man, in any universe, actually, well, mostly the 616 and the Ultimate Universe, there's a day where she just leaves her house. Like she takes a piece of the Spider-Man costume and she just leaves and she just sits on a bench and she's like quiet for a whole day. And then she walks up to Parker's apartment and she's just like, no more lies, no more games. You're going to tell me everything that happened.
Okay.
Wouldn't that have been a perfect moment for us to get a flashback to Uncle Ben, just for her to explain what happened so that we get the Spider-Man origin in the MCU, but not in a typical way?
Didn't they say there's no Uncle Ben in this version?
No, Uncle Ben exists. You get a reference to him if you look at thingy. If you look at the initials in when Peter Parker is packing for the Europe trip, there's a BP on the thing, and it's Ben Parker.
There's a
So Parker exists
there's an
or
Easter egg.
existed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ben
I'm
Parker
assuming he still
existed
died, yeah.
But he didn't say with great strength, right? With great power. He didn't say
with
this.
great power.
Power.
No, they tried to remember they remixed it in Civil War. But anyway, my point being, I was saying is that I feel like they should have done the conversation. Like this should have been the time. Because remember, Parker is in turmoil. Like he's just lost Tony Stark. Things are going sideways. I think to pile this on and then to have Aunt May come in and be like, it's okay, you're doing the best that you can. And let that be the thing that grounds him in reality. Because face it, in the MCU, they kind of made Tony Stark more important to Peter Parker than Aunt May was. And that does not make any sense at all. I get it. Marissa Tomei is hot. She can still be Aunt May. It's not, you don't have to reduce Aunt May's role or whatever. I think that's like part of the thing that was charming with Homecoming is that she was still Aunt Maying and mothering him. It should have continued.
They murdered her. Yeah. It's kind of funny that as an old lady, she almost has more relevance as an old lady than she does as a young woman. That's kind of
like I'm saying, you made her younger to make her more relevant. Why are you not using it? It doesn't make sense. Anyway,
not exactly.
Wasn't she acting
Rob,
like
you just kind of went dark. You good?
Yep. I think the power went out in my neighborhood or something.
Will you be fine then?
Oh, can we still continue?
I'm using a UPS. I'm using a UPS. I'm fine.
Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
So I think and also another thing with this movie is stop making Stark create villains for Spider-Man. I'm so tired of it.
Yeah.
Let them be Spider-Man villains. Why couldn't Quentin Beck be a guy that Peter Parker ruined a couple years ago in his first outing as Spider-Man, and he wants revenge?
Yeah.
It would have been so easy.
The thing is, they were trying
it could have been one of the first.
They were still trying to benefit from this Tony Stark name, even though he's not around anymore.
You have his tech suit. Spider-Man has his tech suit, which is another thing I don't like. But I'm just just make it a guy that has beef with Spider-Man, and we have the tech suit and whatever. And he managed to get his hands on Stark tech, if that's what you want to do. But don't make it so that it's Stark rejected me for the 15th time, so now I'm going to go mess with Spider-Man.
This thing went all the way back to Tony built this from a box of scraps. In a cave. I'm like, that's extra. That nigga is in this movie.
No, and I'm saying, Tony's not even here. What are we doing? And Spider-Man is the bigger character than Iron Man. I don't understand why you can't just tie villains to him. It's one of my biggest problems with No Way Home. We're going to talk about No Way Home, but No Way Home, right? If they just opened with Spider-Man getting attacked by a bunch of supervillains and they could have just thrown in a bunch of random cameos of Spider-Man villains we'll never see, or whatever, like Kangaroo Man or something. They're just throwing these bras at Spider-Man every week. And Spider-Man is just revealing my secret identity was the worst thing that could have happened to me. My family's in danger every week. That would have been awesome. But they never play into Spider-Man's villain. They always got to do this thing where it's Tony's creating villains. I don't get it. The action is amazing. I think Tom Holland is good. I think that that bus scene doesn't make any sense. Also, Tony Stark entrusting a giant space laser to a teenager does not make any sense. Happy Hogan was right there. Just give it to Happy.
What happened to Pepper?
Yeah, Pepper. Rhodey. Give it to an Avenger. Even Hawkeye is a better person to give this thing access to than Spider 15-year-old Spider-Man.
Who still has homework and field trips?
And you gave it to him after and I'm saying okay, I get it, he helped save the universe, but you also remember how he messed up on the boat? And you still gave him access to this entire thing?
Makes no sense.
And another thing that's a big problem with me with Spider-Man in the MCU especially is that he's not protective of his secret identity. He's just not. And it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like Zack Snyder's Batman. Bruce just goes around
Yeah, and I'm just like,
revealing,
you
revealing that
have
he's
too many
Batman to
enemies.
everybody.
You should have too many enemies, and you should have too many people who want to kill you. That's why you keep this thing on. You're not Tony Stark, where you have a whole Iron Man armory that you can just summon and spawn out of your house to shoot anybody down. If a villain visits your house and gets to Aunt May, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I again, those are my problems. I still enjoyed this movie for what it was, so I'll give it like a 7. But yeah, those things really, it's just it annoys me because I can just see they're making a Spider-Man movie by the numbers. They're not making a Spider-Man movie because they like Spider-Man.
That's how I feel about the entire Spider-Man movies in the MCU.
No, like Homecoming was closer, but yes, it still has those same issues as well. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like Far From Home would have so benefited if they just adapted, not one for one. I hear you, MCU stands, shut up. But I'm saying if they just adapted the conversation where Aunt May has to realize her kid is Spider-Man. Like how, because that's the other thing. Aunt May is too chilled with Peter Parker being Spider-Man. She's too
Remember,
relaxed.
remember,
That's it.
remember
That's
her
your
reaction.
nephew.
Remember her reaction in the first one? She was like, "What the?" And then that's how the movie ended, like in
No,
Homecoming.
but I'm saying even if we go by that, I'm just saying that one, her going, okay, I guess, haha, funny. But I'm saying I don't care how you, because people go, well, she's young, her heart can handle it. If my nephew, I'm 30 right now, I'm 30 years old. If I found out my nephew was a superhero that fought aliens in space and almost died, or whatever the case is, or is shooting bullets, I'm not going to be relaxed about that. You need to tell me what the hell is going on, why the hell you're doing this, why do you have to do this? You need to explain point A, B, and C. Aunt May, and remember, she adopted this kid. Like he lost his parents and then lost his uncle. Like they're the only family they have left. She should not be so relaxed about him being Spider-Man. Ah. Anyway, still 7.
7. All right.
All
That
right,
is
we have
way more
6 minutes
generous.
left, gents. So we're almost done.
Yeah, we made good time.
Yeah. Is there anything else
We
you
had
want to
to.
say before we shut it down?
Yeah. So what do you say?
Yeah, I don't know. Phase 3. Just my wrap up on phase 3. Phase 3, I still, or should we say phase 4 rather? This is phase 4, I guess it counts. Is it the start of phase 4? All right, okay, we'll just call it phase 3. I think phase 3 was
Yeah.
still strong, but these
Yeah.
last movies, like the Spider-Man stuff, like it's just like the writers don't seem to get Spider-Man, and well, it seems like that for a lot of characters. And the Russos, for some reason, seem to manage to come closer. That's why they keep constantly going back to the Russos. But I think the MCU is now in a space where, like, without huge overhaul, you're not going to save this thing. And I think like one of the prime problems was the way they portrayed Spider-Man. It's just like they had to make a trilogy to fix the problems of Spider-Man, and now they're going to do Spider-Man for real. And I'm like, why did you do all of that work to do that when you could have just done a proper Spider-Man trilogy?
That's what it seems like they're basically trying to do that now because even he was saying that he needs to be involved in the script. I'm like, Tom, is it that bad that you now have to intervene, my G?
No, actor's been intervening because Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch was also trying to get more stuff for Doctor Strange, and Chadwick Boseman also had to tell them like you can't be trying to put Shuri as the Black Panther while I'm still here. That doesn't make sense.
No, I know. There's a lot of things, man. I mean, even Ezra Miller, they also were involved in the Flash a lot. I mean, it's been happening for years, you know. But anyway,
No,
Rob,
but I'm
just
just
before we
saying,
shut
like,
it down,
yeah.
can you just
Anyway,
check
yeah, Rob, please.
how much Phase 4 actually made at the box office, like as in its entirety? Is it possible? Because I know
Sure.
Endgame in itself made 2 billion, which is a lot.
No, most of them were billion-dollar movies before Endgame. Even Captain Marvel, as mid as it was, or as bad as it was, rather,
Yeah, and
made a
it was
billion
only
as
because
well.
it was after Infinity War. That's why it made the billion, because people were wondering what's happening in that movie, by the way.
All right, cool. According to this thing, Marvel Cinematic Universe MC Phase 4
Phase three.
made okay, you said okay, my bad.
My bad,
Okay,
my
this
bad, my bad.
um
I think it's phase three, yeah.
yeah, Phase 3. Um it made 13 billion.
Jesus.
Um Endgame 2.7, Avengers Infinity War 2, Black Panther 1.3, Captain Marvel 1.1, Spider-Man Far From Home 1.1, Captain America Civil War 1.1, Ragnarok 800, Guardians 800, Strange 600, and Ant-Man 600. That's from highest to lowest.
So all of them are over 500 million.
Yeah,
Jesus.
with the majority taking home a billy.
I wonder if Kevin Feige Googles this every morning. It's like,
Oh,
what
he has to
happened,
show it to
guys?
his shareholders representatives. He has to.
These were the
Because,
numbers that we had before. What happened, guys?
yeah, because over here, if you look at Phase 4, it made 5 billion. No Way Home 1.9, Doctor Strange 900, Black Panther 800, Love and Thunder 700, Shang-Chi 400, Eternals 400, Black Widow 380. So
Wow.
yeah, big difference. Big,
Yo,
big difference.
yeah, that's
So
horrible.
yeah,
That is horrible.
Feige has to be out there sweating,
That
just
is
being like,
horrible.
no, no,
Yeah. But anyway, guys,
no.
thank you so much for checking us out. Let us know what you guys think about this entire franchise. Are you disappointed? Do you think there's still hope with the slot of movies that are going to be coming out? And what do you think about the movies that are not going to be released anymore? What do you guys think of things like Ironheart and all of that? And what do you think of Phase 3? Do you remember it being as great as you think it was back then, or have you grown out of it and think that it's not as good as you thought it was in the beginning? Anyway, from myself, Rob Sibeko and Buckmeister, we shall see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
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 Ah.